So, last night, I went to bed at around 1:30, 2 o'clock-ish. Then I get an alert on my phone. James Harden is traded. And I'm like, oh crap, I was so excited. I wanted to know who we got. There was no further details at that point. And I'm just like, oh goodness. Then I find out we get this trade. At first, I was like, I was kind of like let down, but I slept on it. I like the trade. I'm just happy we got rid of Harden. We got Marcus Morris, Robert Covington, Nicholas Batum, KJ Martin, 2 first-rounders, 2 second-rounders, and a pick swap for Harden and PJ Tucker and my boy Philip Petrusev. I'm going to miss him. But first of all, those those 2 round picks that we got are going to be very crucial for us to get a star, or honestly just to keep for ourselves. I mean, Morey probably has a plan. There's still rumors of us getting Zach LaVine or, any other star, but I think Zach LaVine's probably the most realistic at this point. But I want to see how our team is. I want to see how we play together with these new pickups. Batum, I think, can help us tremendously. I think he's really good off the bench. He can play defense. He can guard pretty much almost any position. He can shoot the ball really well. He's an upgrade over PJ Tucker. He's already an upgrade. He can shoot the ball. He can stretch the floor. He can play decent defense. He's a great ball. He's a good ball handler for his size. He's a great passer, facilitator. So I'm happy we got him. And he made a lot of clutch plays for the Clippers. Throughout the years, I just remember it. A lot of clutch plays. So I'm very excited to see my boy Batum. And, if it's fourth quarter and he's in, you already know what we're going to be singing. Fourth quarter, why the F Batum in? But I'm just saying, I like that pickup. And the Marcus Morris, is it Marcus Morris? I think it's Marcus Morris. Let me check real quick. I was just making sure it wasn't Markieff Morris, you know what I mean? Because they're twins. But Marcus Morris, he's a great pickup. I think he's another addition. He's better than PJ Tucker in my opinion. He can stretch the floor. He can play defense. He's taller than PJ Tucker as well. I'm just we got a lot of players that can really fill in these roles that we were missing. We needed height, we needed length, and we needed athleticism. We needed shooting, and we got all that in this trade. So I'm excited to see Marcus Morris, Nicholas Batum, and we also going to talk about my boy Robert Covington. Robert Covington from the Trust the Process era. I wouldn't say he was one of my favorite players, but I loved Rocco. Rocco was one of my guys. I was sad when we traded him, but I knew he was going to come back. He had to. You got to play with Embiid. He hasn't played with this MVP level Embiid. He played with Embiid when he was young and he was still up and coming, but now it's a different type of Embiid. And Rocco, he's going to be locking down on defense. I'm excited to see him play defense. He's another lengthy guy who can play defense, who can stretch the floor. He's not the best three-point shooter, but he's not scared to shoot. And, he's not horrible. He can shoot the ball. So, and he's athletic. He's looking more athletic than on the Clippers than he was on the Sixers. And I don't know how that's possible because he's gotten older. But if Robert Covington can play like a Iggy role, what I mean by Iggy role, I'm talking about when he went in the Warriors and not first on the Warriors, later on, a couple years after, right? Because Rocco's, he's not young anymore, right? But I think he can play that Iggy role. Come off the bench, play great defense. Do everything that we need you to do: cuts, pass, get rebounds, putbacks, all this stuff. I think he can do all that. He's capable of doing all that. So I'm just excited to see him back, and I hope he's happy because this is where he started his career, and this is really where he got a chance. The Sixers gave him an opportunity, and I just hope he's happy. And it's not like he got traded to a bad team. He's still on a really good team with Tyrese Maxey. And I didn't even talk about Tyrese Maxey yet. Tyrese Maxey is finally going to get the shine. He's already shined this year. But we don't got to worry about, when Harden gets back, he's going to have to. No, Harden ain't coming back. They saw Maxey play, and they were like, yeah, buddy, you are a guy. And we got this guy, KJ Martin. One of the most athletic guys in the league. He is probably one of the. He's 6'6". He can dunk out the gym. He's a little inconsistent with the three-point shot, but, he was on the Rockets, and that was when he had his best year. I think he averaged 12 points a game, and that's on the bad team. But with the Sixers, I think he can really, really, play well. He's not going to play like Kelly Oubre, because Kelly Oubre, in my opinion, is more skilled, right? But, hey, KJ Martin might be more athletic, and defensively, he can play defense. He can block shots. This guy is one of the most athletic guys I've ever seen. So we have him, and I want to see him do a lot of cuts, right? A lot of off-ball cuts, and honestly, he's going to get posters. He gets posters, man, and I'm just excited to see this because we haven't had a player like this since KJ McDaniels. And honestly, I'm not, I'm a little sad because it looks like Jaden Springer is going to be pushed way back in the bench. So he's not going to be able to really get some minutes now with KJ Martin. I think they like KJ Martin a little bit better. He's more athletic. I think he has more upside. He's 22, so he's still young, like very young. But he has that height. He's 6'6". If he has that stroke, if he gets that 3-point shot, he's going to be a very deadly two-way player. Very deadly. And we could use him. I mean, if he can progress him, if he can progress his game this year and become a 35% three-point shooter, 36, 37, I think he's great. I think he'd be great for the team. And he's still young, and he has a lot to learn, especially from a winning team. I mean, he's been on the Clippers. I think this was his first season. He didn't even play. He basically played 3 games as a Clipper, and it was done. So he hasn't really had a winning team, a winning environment. So if we can just show him the little things that it can take to win, I think he's going to develop as a player tremendously. And for Tyrese Maxey, he's playing great, out of his mind. And the one thing I want to see more from him is him being vocal and him being a leader, right? He's still young. He's still very young. But he needs to become a leader. I mean, he's a point guard now, so he's going to be accountable for a lot of things. He's setting up the offense. He's doing all this other stuff. He needs to be the leader with Embiid. Embiid's the leader already, but Tyrese Maxey needs to be more vocal, be that leader. Without Harden, Harden's gone. You don't got to think about him. Tyrese Maxey, you're the franchise, man. He's the franchise. You got to be a leader. And that's all I got to say. I'm very excited for this trade. I'm just excited to see the next game. They're probably not going to play the next game, and I think it's the second against the Raptors home game, I'm pretty sure. They're probably not going to play, but I'm excited to see this team play, man. Good trade for us. I'll catch y'all. Peace.